No reputable builder would ever dream of pouring a concrete foundation without a blueprint. You wouldn't frame a house without a floor plan, and you certainly wouldn't pick out the kitchen tile before you knew where the plumbing was going. But every day, I see entrepreneurs trying to build their quote unquote digital homes by just winging it. They'll pick a pretty template, throw some text at it, and they wonder why they end up getting crickets later on. In case we've never met before, my name is Andrew Martinez, and I am a website strategist based right here in San Antonio, Texas. And it is my goal to be your partner in AI enhanced website design and strategy. And in construction lingo, you can think of me as the quote unquote general contractor for your digital property. I'm here to show you that a website isn't just a design project, but a construction project. And every successful build starts with the blueprint principle. Now, you might be wondering, well, what exactly is a website blueprint? Well, I literally wrote the book on this. In late 2024, I wrote and published a book titled From Idea to Blueprint, where in a nutshell, it's about how to use AI to plan out the details of your website and create your own website blueprint. And I actually made a definition for the website blueprint in the glossary section of my book. So I'll go and take you to page 180 of my book. And see, yeah, this is the end of the glossary containing the definition for website blueprint. And I quote, a detailed planning document that serves as a roadmap for your website creation project. This document includes important elements like your business goals, website objectives, brand colors, fonts, site structure, and initial content for the homepage and or other key pages. If you follow the steps in this book, you'll have your own website blueprint in the form of a Google Doc that can be easily shared with others. So in other words, it is a document and a strategy that can help prevent scope creep and ensures that your site actually makes you money instead of just looking pretty. And before you build, you need land. And in the digital world, this is called hosting. And most people will buy the quote unquote cheapest lot available, like a hosted plan for like $5. But just keep in mind that if your hosting is slow or unreliable, then you're building your house on a swamp. And in 2026, speed is everything. And if your quote unquote land is slow, then your visitors and Google will leave before they even see the front door. And as I mentioned in my book, out of all the hosting providers that I've worked with, SiteGround is my number one recommendation. And I do talk more about that in my book here. And next is framing. And this is your site architecture. This is where you have to decide if you want 3 bedrooms or 4 before putting walls up. And in online terms, this is your sitemap and page hierarchy. And you don't want to worry about the paint colors just yet, which would be fonts and images, until the structure is locked in. So in other words, you want to make sure that you establish your web pages ahead of time. And after you have your land down, you got your framing down, next is the plumbing and the electrical. And these are the invisible systems in your home. And you don't see them, but your house is unlivable without them. And this is your search engine optimization, or SEO for short, and the generative engine optimization, or GEO for short. And SEO helps people find you on Google, while GEO is the 2026 standard that ensures that AI engines like ChatGPT and Perplexity quote you as the authority. So if the quote unquote wiring isn't right, then the lights won't turn on when AI comes looking for answers. And after you have the plumbing and electrical established, next is the floor plan. And have you ever been to a house where you couldn't find the bathroom? Well, that's called conversion friction. And you can think of your homepage as your foyer and the service pages as the kitchen where value is served. And if your floor plan is a maze, then people will quote unquote bounce out of the front door. And your business website needs to provide a clear path that leads visitors to your call to action, whether it's buying a product or booking an appointment. And after you've established everything, next is the final inspection. And before you move in, you need an inspection. And at Powerful Digital Solutions, we call this the website audit. This is where we test every form, every link, and make sure everything looks good on the mobile view. And you'd be shocked how many finished websites are leaking leads through the cracks in the foundation simply because nobody did a final walkthrough. And the blueprint principle isn't about making things complicated. It's not about adding a bunch of extra steps, but it's about making everything work. You can build your online presence on rock, or you can build on sand. Well, I personally prefer to build my personal websites and client websites on rock because they last longer. And if you're ready to stop pouring concrete without a plan, I have 2 ways I can help you. One, you can get the manual. So right now, between now and June 1st, 2026, the Kindle version of my book is available for $2.99. And or if you prefer to work directly with me, the other way we can work together is that you book a website roadmap session with me. And in this website roadmap session, this is where you're going to work directly with me to sketch out your specific website strategy. So we'll go over your goals, like any problems you might be having with the current website, and I will help you come up with a winning digital strategy before you spend a dime on quote-unquote construction. And you'll see the links for both in the description below. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.